Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all staying safe and well, not getting too bored. But I thought I'd take this opportunity today to talk to you all about, a subject that I'm currently spending my life talking about. And it's been a funny 10 months, so I think it's more for this reason than any other, but it's YouTube. And just how dangerous seeking advice online from a coaching point of view can be, and how detrimental it can be to your golf swing. I'm not for a minute saying all these people are wrong that post the information online, but golf swing is very individual, isn't it? And to rely on these people to tell you exactly what faults you've got in your golf swing without ever seeing your swing, it's illogical, isn't it, when you actually think about it? So I've been brainstorming the last few days and thinking, what can I give someone as a drill or an exercise that I'm not going to sit here for my conscience and think I've potentially just made that person worse. You could sit on YouTube and watch an hour watch a video, that's 20 to 30 minutes long. That's fantastic content. But again, no relevance to the faults that you've got in your golf swing. That's why, as I say, I'm saying it's very dangerous. So here's an exercise, as I say, that I thought about, and it's something that I see people make. It's a very common mistake that I see when I teach as well. So it's a very relevant topic at the moment, but it's something you've all heard before. It's nothing new and it's plastered all over YouTube. But I'm going to try and word it differently to how these people do. So it's to do with how you turn in the backswing, and it's to do with how the left shoulder goes down in the backswing as well, because I've watched first-hand videos on YouTube that just suggest the left shoulder just goes down to the floor and it's that easy. Is it that easy? Let's talk about this drill that I'm going to get you all to do, and hopefully it will make sense. But as I say, I'm going to sit here and my conscience is going to be at ease, because I think this is something that you can all do, and I've not just sat here and, as I say, told people to do something in their golf swing that's just made their swing worse. And that's the whole purpose of this video, and the purpose of not going online to find fixes and faults for your swing. You should really go and see a professional who's standing in front of you. I'm not saying this is a sales pitch for myself. You can go and see anyone in the local area, but just someone who has an understanding of, or has got your golf swing in front of them and can dissect it from there. Here's the drill, guys. So if I stand bolt upright, put the club across my chest. In an ideal world, we want the hips and the shoulders in the backswing to turn as close to 45 as possible. It doesn't need to be bang on, but it's close to those figures, isn't it? So if I imagine I'm standing on a mat, I've got a golf bag now to the corner of the mat, or a basket, or any other reference point you want to think of. And my belt buckle is going to point at that when I make this movement. So club across the chest. We haven't got to worry about, obviously, damaging your ceilings. I'm not going to get you to actually swing a club, so that above me is safe. But grab a club, grab a stick, grab whatever you've got indoors. If not, go to the car and grab a club out of your car. But bolt upright, and I'm going to simply feel like this left shoulder goes towards all of you. So my left shoulder is going to go forward and round, and my right hip is going to go behind me. So as I said, that gives me a 45-degree hip turn. My butt buckle is off of that basket or golf bag. My left shoulder is now under my chin, or my back is at the target. That means my shoulders now are at 90 degrees, okay? So that's 45 and 90. But now I'm turning. That's the biggest purpose of this, is just understanding that is rotation, where the right hip goes back behind me, the left shoulder swings forward and round, okay? Now here's where this is where most people get confused. I'm now going to take a posture, okay? So in golf, I'm sure you're all aware, and so this isn't a posture video. Everyone needs different postures when they set up to golf ball as well. So that's a prime example of, we haven't even started yet, and I could potentially make someone worse immediately by telling them to stand in a certain way that they don't need. I'll give you a very, very quick example. Some people have, generally people working in an office, they've got a C-shaped posture. You've got S-shaped posture where it's too angled this way. So there's a curve in my spine here. And then we've got, that's a flat spine. And my posture now is very neutral. But they say, depending on what fault you've got in your golf swing, some people, even though it's suggested that most people don't have a C-shaped posture, some people need that because of where they are in positions in the downswing. So they say you can see our posture before we haven't even started talking about the swing, and I could already suggest ways in how I could make you worse just by telling you how to stand to a golf ball. So you can see, as I say, just how fragile this is when you choose to do content online. So bolt upright, club across the chest, rotation, okay? Now we know what turn is. Now I'm going to go into a posture. So we bend from this ball and socket joint here. The butt buckle feels like it points down at the golf ball to be quite brief. But that's me addressing a golf ball. So all of you go into how you would normally set up to a ball. The biggest thing to take away from the posture, just doing this over video, is in golf we don't want to bend from the knees, do we want to bend from the waist? Okay, that's as complicated as I'm going to make it when I'm not actually standing in front of you all. Okay, so we call this bending forward. Simply, it's called forward bending golf, but as I say, I'm bending forward. And now from here, I'm going to make that exact same move. So my left shoulder is going to go forward and round, and that is turn. Now I'm going to go from this angle. So here's the biggest mistake that I see on almost a daily basis over the last few months. So, good posture. Now everybody's going to feel that that left shoulder goes down, and that's the left shoulder going down. And so I've watched videos on YouTube where they just suggest it going down at the floor, and that's exactly what that is. That's a very different movement to what I've just created, isn't it? When I've stood bolt upright. It doesn't look anything like this. That's what turn is. So now, if I go into that same posture, now I'm going to feel that I do exactly the same thing as when I was standing bolt upright. This left shoulder is going to come forward and round, and the right hip is going to go behind me. That's turn. That's not turn, is it? And so that's the biggest mistake that I see. Another question people ask me is, well, how do I know if my left shoulder's gone down enough? So here's another great reference point. So when you go into that posture again, go from this angle. When we turn, we now know how to turn. If you're ever unsure and you feel yourself doing this, go stand bolt upright again and get that feeling of what it's like to feel that left shoulder going forward and round, okay? So back into a posture, left shoulder goes forward and round. If you have a look here, the angle of my shoulders, that's called shoulder plane, it wants to mirror the angle of your body, your spine angle. So the angle you set yourself up in, okay? Do you see how those two mirror one another? That's how you know that that left shoulder's gone down enough. Now, just a couple of technical terms here. If we have a shoulder turn that's too steep, it would look like this. And this is where tilting comes in for most people. So again, if you get this moving wrong, look how steep my shoulders are now in relation to my body. So that's called a steep turn. And as I say, that will come from usually people getting, in my opinion, based on what I see when I teach, that movement entirely wrong. So again, tilting, not turning, the biggest thing to take away from this video. And then we have a flat turn, whereas you can see now, that's what that means. So that means the shoulders are very much on the same level, and again, not mirroring the angle that I am with my body at address, okay? I hope that makes sense. So I can stand here in confidence and know that I've not just made anyone worse by suggesting that you go and work on that drill. And so there are many things I can do that would have the adverse effect. By all means, get in touch with me, etc. if you find that helps. And if you want me to post other videos, let me know. And if you find this helpful, I'd be grateful if I could receive some feedback and let me know that it is helpful. I hope you stay safe, guys. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you all soon.